Happy for everyone from Thunder Bay, Ontario. This is Vivi. Marco is not joining me today because he's kind of getting cozy and lazy up on bed. It's pretty cold outside, and we just came back from a walk, so I don't blame him. He like to get lazy on bed and get cozy up and warmed up. But it's really beautiful out here. It's the fall foliage, like so many colors. You can even see the sleeping giant island in the background there. So that means my trip is about to end because I cannot really drive in the winter time. And I'm pretty close to the East Coast right now. So I figure I'm gonna put together all my clips and share with you the story, the beautiful magical summer that I have got to create it. And I really hope that you really understand the story and my way of traveling, and so hopefully that it will inspire you to travel and to explore and to learn about other cultures, other people, and most importantly, learning about yourself and to get connected to who you are from the inside as well. So that's pretty much the main message. And without further ado, let's go into the story. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's the red button on the right side of the video, the right corner there. If you find any tips or any insights that are inspiring to you and helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe, and I would really appreciate that. Alright guys, I will see you by the end of this video. So after leaving Vancouver, I spent about 2 weeks being on my own and just completely be in nature. It's kind of like my version of being in quarantine. And I did quite a bit of hiking, and this one is one of my favorite, the Bridlewell Falls, just right outside of Chilliwack. And then I went to the Manning Provincial Park, which has to be really top on my list of places that I love in Lower BC. And at that time, everything just started to reopen after the quarantine, so it's really quiet and really peaceful because there's no crowd, there's not a lot of people around. I just feel so blessed to be able to have like all this beautiful view and enjoyed it all for myself. But the hiking was actually a little bit scary because not a lot of people go on a hike. I was on the hike by myself, and at that time it was still quite cold up in the mountains. You can see there's still some snow there, but I really persisted to see this gorgeous view of the wildflower and the snow up on top of the mountains. But then when I came back on the way down, it was raining, so I literally have to run. I hit my record of running like 6 kilometers per hour, and by the time I get back, there was literally nobody there, and the rain was already finished at that time. So back then I did a lot of journaling and meditation and contemplation, and just really release on the negative emotion, getting myself ready for the next stage and more adventures in my life. So after about 2 weeks of not socializing, not meeting any people, I decided I'm just gonna go meet some people when I get to Kelowna. So I posted on Couchsurfing that I wanted to meet local people in the city, and this woman named Mary Lou responded to me, and she invited me to come stay at her place. And through her, I was able to meet some people like Antonio here, and that's Jeju that I got to meet through Mary Lou, and they invited me to this beautiful potluck event at an organic farm. It was just so nice to be able to socialize with people after being on my own for a while. And at the event, they also have like a crystal sound bath performance that's really neat and interesting. Let me turn on the volume so you can hear. You cannot just pass through a wine country without having any wine tasting. So I was able to get together with some people in this city to visit this beautiful winery estate, which is quite well known in Kelowna, and better yet, even Marco was allowed to do some wine tasting as well. And by the way, that's the new member, Tina. She looks a little bit grumpy, maybe because we didn't have any wine yet, but she was so chatty and happy after having some wine. And we was lucky because there was a wedding going on at that time, so it makes the place even more festive and interesting. So after the wine tasting, sorry, I was not able to record that inside because we were so busy to drink wine, of course, but my friend showed me this place called Kukuli, and it looked like a very interesting earth house, and it's located just right behind the winery. So inside it's just like the fire ring, and it's just like an open top, and I guess it's for the indigenous to hold the ceremony here. So yeah, it's kind of like a discovery just right behind the winery. From the winery, we headed back to Mary Lou's place, and I offered to cook Vietnamese food for everyone because that was my last day in Kelowna. So I just want to offer something to Mary Lou's hospitality for the past week having me. And so I was cooking Minh Gà, which is the Vietnamese chicken noodle soup. But my friend here, Antonio, he's like, I'm a vegetarian, so can you make something vegetarian without meat? But it was really funny because he doesn't like vegetables, even though he's committed to be vegetarian. So the only thing I could come up with is the Vietnamese spring roll, which is gỏi cuốn, and I didn't include any meat in there, and I taught him how to roll the spring roll, so it was kind of fun. And he was like, I have never eaten anything like this, so he was skeptical, but he tried it in the end. So yeah, that was my last day in Kelowna. So from Kelowna, I headed down to Christina Lake to visit a friend of mine. She invited me to come stay with her for several days at her summer house, and she has a cabin like literally right by the lake like this. And every day I felt so blessed to be able to wake up with this gorgeous view, and I just feel so grateful and so blessed. Then we also did a lot of canoeing, and I was really proud of my little baby Marco for being so calm in the canoe, even though he's really afraid of water. Then she taught me how to do stand-up paddling. She's the pro in like doing all kind of water activities, and I'm like, I'm not really good at balancing, and is a little bit windy at that time, so I was skeptical standing up, and I was squatting the whole time. And it was really funny because her neighbor was watching me and they was like, we couldn't believe you could squat that long. And I was like, yep, I'm the squat champion, and I can't even like squat pick up things with my mouth. And it really took me for a while, several attempts to actually get it eventually. But yeah, I was just like, oh, this is a little bit scary, and I didn't want to fall into the water. But the water was actually not so bad. It wasn't that cold. It was a really hot day. So, but I finally got it in the end, and this footage is actually the second time that I was able to stand up on the paddle, and I was so proud of myself for being able to stand up in the end, and why I was challenging myself with my balancing. Marco was like, no way he would get into the water because he's really afraid of water, and I guess he was a little bit anxious that I was in the water, and that's why he was just like hanging right by the shore there.
Okay, welcome back. I hope that you enjoy my story so far, exploring from Vancouver to Christina Lake. That is really just half of BC, and I was in BC for like about 2 months, so there's a lot more to share, especially the part of going through the national parks. It just insanely beautiful, and it's just really magical there. So keep watching out for my next videos where I'm going to share with you how it's like to travel through national parks, especially during COVID. What I want to really share with you is my way of traveling. It's not just about like constantly going from place to places and meeting people and being on the rush all the time, but this lifestyle is like being on the slow lane for me, and really slow down and really get more connected to nature and to myself, especially from the inside, because I get to understand my emotion and release on the emotion. And it's not always like being a solo traveler. It's not always, you don't have to always be alone, right? And that's what I want to show to you here, that you can always get to meet people along the way and share stories and share cultures. So Couchsurfing is my favorite page to go to for that. If you don't know, Couchsurfing is actually a traveling community website where you can actually reach out to local people wherever you go, and you can actually ask them if they can host you, or you can actually host travelers as well at your home base, or you can actually just meet the local people in the city. And that's exactly what I did. That's how I met some of the amazing people in Kelowna. I have been the member of Couchsurfing since 2012, and I've been traveling solo for so long, not just in North America, but in other countries as well, like in Asia and also in Europe. So I am a big fan of Couchsurfing, and yeah, that's my way of getting to know the local people. And whenever I feel like, okay, I have enough of downtime now, then okay, I'm ready to meet other people, because I cannot like go socialize all the time, because then I would have to sacrifice all the routines that I do to take care of myself and on the work and on the plane, what I really want to create. So on those things, when I go hang out and meet other people, of course I would have to compromise some of my time for that, right? And so I would have to like, oh, I need some time alone, and I need some time to meet other people. So it has to be a fine balance for me. So it's like, it is really a myth to say that you won't be able to have a strong connection or deep conversation with strangers or with people that you just meet, and that is absolutely wrong. Sometimes I feel like some of these people that I just meet, I can have like a really long, deep conversation with them, so much more than friends that I know for years. So, and those moments are just really beautiful, and I, that's a message that I hope that you would understand and not be afraid of traveling by yourself. And that's the process. That's what inspired me to come up with this channel, Personal Growth Through Van Life, just to show you that traveling is not just about it's not like a vacation. It's not like going to luxurious places. It's more about a discovering process, discovering the world from the outside, the beauty of Mother Earth, the beauty in people, and also getting to know who I am, to know myself, the beauty from the inside. So that's the journey, and I hope that you get to understand that and get to experience that at least once in your life, because this is how it gets me to grow as a person. This is a lifestyle. It's not really a vacation. That's the main thing that I want to say pretty much in this channel. That's pretty much what this channel is all about. If I can just put it shortly this way. And I hope that it will be able to inspire other people out there, especially young people, to get to travel, and not just travel to see, not just travel to see beautiful places, but really get to understand the world and the people, and most importantly, to understand who you are from the inside. Let me know how you actually solo travel. Do you actually solo travel at all? Are you afraid to travel by yourself, or you always have to go with your friends and your family? And what do you do when you actually solo travel? Leave me the comments and share with me your experiences and your thoughts about this. I share a lot of other clips, photos, short videos on Instagram. There's a lot of things that I don't share on YouTube. Pretty much everything go into Instagram. So if you want to see more of places that I travel, beautiful landscape, and more stories, make sure that you follow me in Instagram. And my Instagram page is at smileyvv05. And if you want to see more of Marco, make sure that you follow him as well at Marco the Traveling Dog. Alright, I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and yes, go out there and make your life the best life ever. Okay, bye everyone. Marco, are you ready? Are you ready, baby? You ready to go? Are you ready to go outside?